close to $100,000, $73,000 in profit here. Liquidation levels have built up $138,000. At some point we are going to get up there. Hi and welcome back, guys. Today from a different island once more. So I'm not in my studio, but I have really good news. Bitcoin is trying to short squeeze here right now to the upside, and you can see even my face is getting red from the price action. Don't miss out on today's episode because I will give you some juicy entries, hopefully not before it's too late. Let's go. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in here on this Friday. Actually, I almost forgot this again. Friday, the week runs like crazy. Here we jump directly into the DXY. The DXY was breaking down yesterday. Today we see here a small relief pump, but overall also here I still see continuation. I don't think that this will hold. I mentioned that the other day that I said I expect here a move to 106.5 points to the downside. From there some consolidation and then another leg to the downside. The closer we are getting here to the end of February, the more volatile the market will get, and the pumps will also get stronger accordingly. And that means that the dollar needs to go down and that crypto then on the other side will go up based on that. And also the other reason is that so many countries have already cut their interest rates and only the US is slacking. So that is another reason why the DXY is here right now suffering, because the market understands that the US is lagging behind while the rest of the world has already cut even more their rates, So, and that gives us a really small possibility that Jerome Powell will, by the next FOMC meeting, which is in 2 weeks, next week, I have to look it up. Sorry guys, I don't have it on the top of my mind right now, but it's soon, that he might come out with all the pressure that he gets and says, okay, we cut a little bit, Right now, I know the odds are standing massively against that, like over 90%. But I have seen it. I've seen it before where we get like a wild card and it actually happens. So when we're looking now at Bitcoin, on the weekly chart, you see that Bitcoin is trying right now to break back into this former support range. We are broke 3 weeks ago. That's the first attempt, and at the same time we are forming here a morning star pattern, an evening star pattern, and the evening star pattern will be complete if we get close to $100,000. Then it will be completed. Yeah, so $100,000 for Bitcoin to complete this pattern, and then the next week we will get another continuation pump here. And this is also in alignment what we are seeing right now in the indicators. RSI turning around, stochastic about to print the buy signal this week if we holding these levels. And don't forget, the $98,400 level is a key level for Bitcoin to reclaim. Once we reclaim that level, and we tried this a couple minutes ago already, once we reclaim this with a 4-hourly and a daily candle close, you can be sure that in the next 48 hours, Bitcoin will be trading above $100,000. And that means that all of my trades will be even more in profits, not only on ZoomX, also on Bybit and on other platforms. And we are also getting into that here in a moment. Here on the daily chart, remember what I told you about the time capitulation the other day. So now it looks like that the time capitulation is coming to an end. Once we are breaking above $99,300, you can call it quits for that capitulation and the end of it. And for me, in the indicators, it has already ended because we broke above the moving average here on the RSI and started to bounce off that downward sloping trend line, which is creating that hidden bullish divergence that we were mentioning here already for a couple of days. And now, finally, everything what I said is coming into fruition. And everybody that was laughing at me, I will show them something here in a little bit, and let's see who is laughing now. On the 12-hourly chart, I don't know actually on the 12-hourly chart why this is not loading. Let me try again. So on the 12-hourly chart, we are above the EMA ribbon, which is crucial on the 12-hourly chart to get continuation here into $102,600. We are well above the VPVR and the point of control on the VPVR, really important right now. And from here, if we are closing here in 2 hours the candle as it is, I would expect one more candle going up here, but this might be the final push in the short term, really short term for, let's say, the next 2 days, 3 days, basically over the weekend, where we sideways chop downwards a little bit back to like the $100,000 range. If we go to like 100, $2,000, closer to that, and then next week we get the next leg into the higher levels here, and at the same time flipping the EMA ribbon back into an uptrend. Now on the MDX algo scalp gradients and on the React indicator, what did I tell you guys about these dot plots down here? I said this is marking the bottom. I called it, guys. You can go back 2-3 days ago. I said these dot plots, when you get so many of them, we had 3 of them. I said if you get 3 of them, this is a bottom signal, you know. So, and it was technically a bottom signal. I also said sometimes you can move still one time lower and then come back up, and then we are good to go. And this also was exactly what happened. So now on the React indicator, we are running currently hot, not only on the scalp gradients, but also on the React indicator, but we are not done yet. Here, when you look at the candle colorization, we are not completely red yet. We are pinkish red. So that means, in my opinion, before we get here another cool down phase, we have to reach at least $102,000, $105,000 before we are going to see here a massive cool down phase on both of these indicators. So now in the short term, what could happen? We could come down here in the worst case back to like $97,600, the top of the Fibonacci extension levels, but from there I expect a bounce and then continuation to the upside. So why did I say I'm laughing right now? Because in the comments the other day, people were saying, hey, how can it be that I'm not liquidated? There you see, I'm in massive profits. I'm here on almost $73,000. Yeah, no, I am $73,000 in profit here. My Bitcoin trade, $58,000. My limit orders were still not hit here that I had down here. So funny enough, this one did not get hit, even though we went there. And also my Solana trade is printing, guys. Also here, earlier that was already at 20K earlier, the Solana trade. This was here at 64 or something. But as you can see, if you have conviction and you know what you're doing, then you will be able to reap the rewards that you have sought before. And this is what you are seeing here right now. So if you want to trade with me on ZoomX together, guys, and turn another account from $100,000 into $1 million, like I did it with this one here, then sign up with a link in the description. There is a new campaign right now for you guys where you can get up to $150 in rewards for just signing up and doing simple tasks like depositing $100, you know, trading only with $100 on leverage, which is crazy, you know. So you use like $1 on 100x leverage, you know, that's $100. So you get another $25. Mobile verification, you know, so, and you get then $25 bonus for all of that, you know, so, and there's only 300 places for that, you know, so 300 people can get this afterwards. It's done, guys. It's done. So you want to make sure that you are one of them. So I leave just a link in the description for that, that you can get these bonuses absolutely for free, guys, for not even trading a lot, you know. So even if you don't trade, you get like $100 or something for all the tasks that you can complete, and then maybe from the profits, you know, you complete the other tasks. So now the liquidation levels. Also here, I told you guys the high leverage liquidity, the short liquidity that was above us. We're gonna go and grab that. So we have not completely grabbed it yet, because for that we need to move to $99,216. But we are on the way there, guys. Don't be mistaken here. We are on the way. And also the 50 moving average is turning around. We reclaimed that really good here over the last couple hours. So we are about to turn this around and get here a golden cross if we keep that trajectory by the end of the month. By the end of the month, we're going to get here the next golden cross potentially. It can happen earlier if price gets really crazy and starts here breaking above $100,000, $105,000. The moves here kind of parabolic a little bit. Then the 50 will go up like this, and then you get it like 3-4 days before the end of the month, something like that, you know. But when it comes to a high leverage liquidity, there is of course now a little bit high leverage liquidity below us, all the way down to $95,000. Do I think that we're going to the downside and sweep it right away? No, I don't think so. Also here, the $96,600, $700 level, I don't think that we're going back down here to sweep this right now. We most likely going up first to like 102, 105, maybe even 110 before we get another bigger flush. And that bigger flush, trust me, guys, that will not go to like $96,000, you know. So worst case scenario, I would say like 100,000 or something like that, but not lower than that. So, and you can also see here above us, liquidation levels have built up all the way to $38,000. So what does that tell us? At some point, we are going to get up there. So that is something that you also should keep in mind when you build right now positions. Have rather low leverage positions, but have that kind of time horizon that we're actually going to touch these levels and there make all your money. Rather have bigger bets with low leverage where you will not get liquidated than have smaller bets but with insane risk on it, and hope that you actually reach these levels. That's why I'm not crazy leveraging anymore with like 50x, 20x. I rather play it safe and know that I get my money than being in a casino, and you should do the same thing, because I know there's still a lot of degenerates in my Telegram channel. There's also a link in the description if you want to join that are trading with 150, 20, 25x. I know they're going to get rinsed. I'm sorry to say that, but at some point they're going to get rinsed. I know it happened to a lot of them already. Don't become one of these guys. Rather use 3, 4, 5x leverage at the max. On altcoins and on Bitcoin and Ethereum, you can use 10, 15x, something like that, and that's it. Play it safe. You want to make money in this bull run and you don't want to be sidelined and watch everybody else celebrating by the end of the bull run when we are cashing out and flying again private jets and everything and going to the yachts, and whatever. And most of you know I had a yacht trip a couple of days ago already, just for a day, not a week, but when the bull run is over, I go like for a week or two, So you want to be on that boat, guys, make sure that you're on that boat. So now we're going into the liquidation heat map. Also here you see we have here a concentrated area at $99,300. As I mentioned earlier, that is also really important level. That is the imminent target here, potentially reaching this by today, most likely even with a short squeeze. If we go past that, then we trigger another short squeeze and it will go all the way up to $101,000. So be prepared for that. This is right now definitely in the cards here. And to the downside, you see, okay, $97,400, $500. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it that this is going to happen here in the next coming days or over the weekend, for the simple fact that we are starting back to approach $100,000. And I believe here when we look here at this range that we created, so when we're breaking now above that, that is a breakout out of that range. I don't think that we fall back into it, so I just don't see it that we are going to fall back into that range here after we consolidated in that range 18 days, 18 days consolidation. Now the breakout out of that consolidation makes no sense from a technical perspective. It's just doesn't add up, guys. So also on Bybit, my trade is still running. I got here automatically locked out again. So that trade is also now in less than $20,000 of a loss right now. So also really nice. This will also flip into a profit really soon. So I keep this trade open. Don't forget, guys, I'm going to pick on Sunday. From today to Sunday, you have time to sign up on Bybit if you don't have an account yet. To sign up and get your account funded with $500. The only thing you need to do is sign up, deposit $100. That's all what you need to do, guys. All what you need to do to be eligible to win potentially $500. And I might give away not only 500 to one person, I maybe give it to 2, 3, 5, maybe even 10, so who knows. It's every time a surprise to how many people I do it, but I did it already to 3 people, I did it to 1 person, I did it to 2 people. So this weekend, I don't know, let's see how I feel. Maybe I do more than 5, maybe I do less than 3. Nobody knows, but use the link in the description to get your chance to get here potentially $500. Now the Bitcoin dominance is breaking to the downside. That was also something that we spoke about and was expected, that here this big resistance at 61.3% is going to hold, and then from there we are going to get a move to the downside. We are getting here currently a small consolidation phase, which is exactly what we want to see, because if we trigger from here the next major candle to the downside and do another consolidation phase, that is actually pretty healthy, because the altcoins are not retracing so much when we do something more sustainable than just getting here one red candle after the other, so, and we are making 30% and then we get a bounce candle and then we like minus 50%, so we are 20% in a loss, on when the Bitcoin dominance does something like that. So, but with these small consolidation phases and then a move to the downside, we are way better off, because then it's reversed. We make 50%, we lose 30% when the dominance bounce, but we made 20% that we can keep. So that's how you have to think about this. So total free market cap also above $900 billion here. Once again, we are following still overall that charted layout that I had given you here a couple of weeks ago. So we are now in the process of coming up here to like $940 billion in my opinion. and then by next week we're gonna crack most likely $1 billion, you know, so $1 trillion. It can happen over the weekend. I would not be surprised to see it happening over the weekend, but I'm not so sure. Worst case, it's going to happen next week. You know, next week, $1 trillion again, total free market cap with an approach into a new all-time high. So here, Ethereum also tried to break here above $2,800. You see also here's a consolidation range that Ethereum tries to break. We have already broken the downward sloping trend line, but also this starts to look more like, let me actually get that line here. We have here a horizontal consolidation, something like this. So and if you treat it like this, then you see we can go on here into March. Yeah, not into March, but like also end of the month before we need to break out of this, you know, before we get here into the sweet spot. You see here, okay, between Monday and the 4th of March, that is the time frame where we are going to see most likely Ethereum breaking out of that range here. And then the target is all the way up here around $3,000. So I have an Ethereum trade already. You can see here this trade is also activated. I hope you were able to catch that trade here. So you're slightly in the profit right now. So once we're breaking here this horizontal level at $2,830, you will definitely see some fireworks here, most likely straight a candle to $3,000, even though it might get rejected, you know, so we get a crazy wick, we're gonna go there, you know, and at that level you want to take some money then off the table, especially if you're in a trade. Yeah, you should be then anyway already out of this trade, you know. So this trade is still good if you want to get in now. It's not too late to get into that, as long as we are not above like $2,850, I would say. Solana also coming back up here, down here, that was the bottom. That is the local bottom for Solana. I also called that I was believing that we're not going lower than that. Here, the first major stop will be this downward sloping resistance line at $186. But here, I would long from here, guys. You know, I would long from here because I believe even if we get rejected from here and we come slightly down and consolidate, really quickly we're going to push past $200 here on Solana in the coming days. Especially running into the major unlock that Solana has. I believe that before the unlock, Solana will actually get a crazy pump, so that the unlock itself will not hurt that much price-wise. You know, so sometimes things like that are happening. Instead of that the price is going down into the unlock, the price goes first up, and then the unlock comes, and that is where you get then dumped on. Which makes way more sense right now for a market maker, you know, to do something like that. So here also both trades setups, they're active. Right now here the short-term trade setup is still good to enter. The long-term I would not enter anymore. So I hope you had your limit order set for both of them because we have packed our bags to go now to the upside. So the next one is AVAX. So also AVAX, you want to start to look at this because here is a small W pattern on the daily chart at $26.60 approximately. So just $1 higher, which is like 3-4% from here. So, and once that is breaking, you're going to get a move at least to like $31, which is a 20% move to the upside, you know. So you definitely want to be in AVAX. So that's a trade setup. I can also give you here risk to reward ratio tool. So here, there's a trade setup. $31, more or less, you take profit. Your entry at $26.60. Your stop loss a little bit below the current price, $24.70. So that is your trade setup for AVAX. Breaking out of that massive falling wedge here. Then COTI is running today, guys. So here you have also an ascending triangle. So if that breaks, you can enter this because we're going to reach then 12 cents. Also really fast for COTI. We have seen that before, that we get pumps like that in COTI in one single candle, crazy upside like 30-40% in one single candle. And I believe we're going to see something like this once we are getting a daily close above that horizontal level here of 8 cents 0.9 approximately. So also here, make sure that you're in this trade here. Your stop loss should be around 8 cents 0.2. That's where I would set this to. And then you just let it run into 12 cents. Into that major resistance block all the way up here. The indicators are looking good. The RSI has still room to go higher. The MACD has a lot of room to go higher. The stochastic is soon running out of time, but it's not there yet to run out of time. So we still have a little bit. But maybe in the next, over the weekend, you know, next 2-3 days, there will be a massive red candle. But in the meantime, that doesn't mean that we can go back like to 12-13 cents. Get a retracement back to 11 cents, you know, consolidate a little bit around 11 cents and then go into higher levels. Then another one that I have my eye on is injective. I should have taken profit earlier when I was at $16.50, but it's fine. So your chance to enter this is actually at $16.50 on the 4-hourly chart when you see that we are breaking above this, because also here we have a nice W pattern that we are forming. So here the W pattern gives you the target, almost the top side of this falling wedge pattern here at almost $20. That's almost the target here, almost $20. That is what you want to look for, and your stop loss should be at like $15 approximately for this trade. So here, when you go to the weekly chart, you're going to see we are about to bottom out. That's across the board with most of the coins right now the case. And here you see once we're breaking about $16.50, there's nothing stopping injective to go here to like $22.50, especially with all the indicators in alignment showing bottoming signals across the board with continuation to the upside. Guys, that's it already for today. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a quick one. I know tomorrow I might do a stream. Not sure yet. Maybe I do a stream. So don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Don't get sunburned like me, and I see you with more money tomorrow.